A warning to hikers, everything you need to know before you hit San Diego County trails.
Millions of dollars were approved for suicide deterrent here at Coronado Bridge, but where is it? Details coming up.
Right, some say this ramp underneath the Oceanside Pier is dangerous, and the changes they'd like to see happen here.
And the next time you feel like Asian food, skip the takeout and cook from home with the no sugar secret sauce.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Millions of dollars were approved to put a suicide deterrent on the Coronado Bay Bridge, but where is it and where did the money go? Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Chiquetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes takes a look into the story for us. She joins us live now with details. Kirsten, when can we expect to see that barrier installed?
Yeah, installation of that barrier won't even start until 2027, so you won't see construction for a few years here at the Coronado Bridge. I'm here at Cesar Chavez Park, where you get a gorgeous view of the bridge behind me. But you know, suicides at this bridge have been an issue for decades, and people have been asking for help to address the issue for years. But critics of the idea say the view from the bridge and of the bridge would be impacted. They don't like that, and others wonder, will the deterrent even work?
If people want to do what they want to do, they're going to do it one way or another. So I don't think that's going to be the deterrent.
Jason Stewart says he appreciates the efforts to stop suicides at the Coronado Bridge.
You can't put a price on a life, but I'm just not sure how effective it'll be. They tried a couple small things so far, and so far they haven't seen any reduction in attempts.
Since 1969, there have been more than 400 deaths at the bridge. There was another death earlier this June, and the bridge is home to the second most bridge-related suicides in the entire country after the Golden Gate Bridge.
In addition to really reducing suicides and suicide attempts, we're also looking to reduce the closures of the bridge due to those events.
Charles Gray with Caltrans says in January 2023, $14 million went to designing a suicide deterrent system for the San Diego Coronado Bay Bridge and I-5 connector overcrossings. But work, and a lot of it, still has to be done before we will actually see that deterrent in place.
The bridge itself is not uniform, so when we look at the existing structure, we have to account for all the details, the differences in each span. The suicide deterrent will begin near the beginning of the bridge, and it will run east along the bridge for approximately 1.5 miles. The deterrent system will be a stainless steel net, approximately 8 to 10 feet tall, above the existing concrete barrier.
Those against the proposal spoke out at a public meeting, like the Save Our Heritage organization, or SOHO, who writes, "This is a substantial visual impact of the view from the bridge due to the mesh netting and poles. They want an environmental impact report to be conducted," to which Caltrans says,
"We've done everything we can to really avoid and minimize impacts on the visual of the bridge and from the bridge."
Jason says he hopes it works, but isn't sure that it will.
I question the effectiveness of it, so I'm not sure if it's the best place to put the dollars.
This is a live look right now at the Coronado Bay Bridge. A lot of the public comments at the meeting for the suicide deterrent say that the installation cannot come soon enough. Some of the comments have come from people who have witnessed deaths here at the bridge. The total project is estimated to cost $130 million. Again, construction won't start until 2027 and is slated to be finished by 2029. Now, an important note we have to make here, if you or someone else you know needs help, maybe need a little hope or a conversation with someone to help give you some guidance, all you got to do is call 988. You can go to our website, cbs8.com, for links and everything you need to know about this project and for those of you who need help. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Thanks, Kirsten. Right now, 2 people are recovering from burns after an explosion at a home in Serra Mesa.
It happened around 4:30 this morning on Grayling Drive. A neighbor told CBS 8 that 5 people lived in the home. 2 were injured in the blast. They were taken to the hospital but are in stable condition.
Just the biggest boom you can imagine. Just to see the walls come in. And we tried to get out the front door, the wall was blown in. The house is just all imploded. It's crazy.
The cause of the explosion is under investigation. That man actually lived in the home. I want to clear that up.
Tonight, a domestic violence suspect is on the run after a SWAT in Claremont came up empty. San Diego police say they were called to a home on Appleton Street just before 1 a.m. after a man pulled a gun on a woman during an argument. She made it out, and officers believe the man was still inside. Late this morning, SWAT officers went in, but the suspect was gone. So far, he has not been identified.
The city of San Diego says it is delaying the installation of traffic calming measures on Diamond Street in Pacific Beach. We've told you about the story a couple of times, including last night. The city has plans to add bollards to 2 intersections on Diamond Street, which would detour traffic off of Diamond. Cyclists, skateboarders, and pedestrians would still be able to pass through. The city still has not revealed why it's holding off on the work or when it may actually begin.
Right now, firefighters are battling a fire that is burning on both sides of the border in the Copper Canyon area. CAL FIRE says crews are holding the so-called Border 14 fire at about 5 acres on the U.S. side. 20 acres are burning in Mexico. We are also keeping track of the fires that broke out yesterday. The Blackwood fire burned 37 acres. It is now fully contained. The Wildcat fire in Verona is also fully contained. That fire burned about 12 acres.
Tonight marks the beginning of summer after a wet and gloomy start to the year.
And all of that rain is going to lead to more brush growing, and that could lead to a pretty dangerous wildfire season this year. We already saw multiple brush fires ignite across San Diego County yesterday. Those fires shut down parts of Interstate 8 and even prompted evacuations near Ramona. San Diego Fire Rescue says right now is the best time to clear away any vegetation and debris near your home, and you really want to create that 100 feet of defensible space.
We think, okay, this could be the big year for a bad fire here. It's been many years since we in the city of San Diego have had a very bad fire, and that, again, doesn't bode well.
For more fire safety tips, head to our website, cbs8.com.
SDG&E says it wants to help San Diegans save money on their electricity bills this summer with its incentive program. It's called Power Saver Rewards. All customers have to do to get credit on their bills is to conserve energy on days when electricity is in high demand in California. Customers can earn $2 per kilowatt hour on their next bill. Head to SDG&E's website to sign up.
The city of San Diego is doubling its paid parental leave for city employees. Mayor Todd Gloria signed a new law expanding those benefits today. Employees will now get 8 weeks of parental leave instead of 4, and the 30-day waiting period for disability benefits related to pregnancy, that's been eliminated. Now workers can access benefits after 30 days of employment instead of an entire year.
Rady Children's Hospital is one of the best children's hospitals in the United States. That's according to U.S. News and World Report. The nonprofit is the largest children's hospital on the West Coast. U.S. News and RTI International, a research and consulting firm, collected and analyzed data from nearly 200 children's hospitals and surveyed thousands of pediatric specialists.
A lot of good work and healing done there.
A source of pride for us.
Still ahead, PGA and Saudi officials will face some questions from U.S. lawmakers.
Plus, rescue crews are looking for survivors after this explosion in Paris. We'll tell you how it happened.
Lots of sunshine in the forecast as we kicked off the first day of summer. We are looking at some cloud cover returning by tomorrow. All those details coming up.
And some California lawmakers want to diversify our schools' textbooks. Details on some of the bills they're supporting.